Alright guys, all this week I was worried I didn't really have any content to post this week, so here it is Saturday and I'm doing some last minute stuff. Normally I have a video in reserve, so that way if I get busy during that week I still have a video that I can upload on Sunday. I do upload a video every Sunday. So today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to rectify an issue that I had. This is the bottom of my cornhole boards. I figured that this battery that was inside here would probably last for months and months and months because there's hardly any draw, but didn't think about, with this being plugged in all the time, this thing has to maintain an on status, so that way when you push the remote, it comes on. So there is some kind of amp draw in here. Had a friend come over, fired this up, and the battery was almost dead. The lights were real dim. I thought, oh man. So I did put 2 screws in here, or 4 screws, so I can remove that, pull the battery out, and charge it up real easy. It's not real easy because I figured I would only charge it up once every year. Indeed, that's not the case. So now I need to make a charger, and what better way to do it than to charge it right through the existing port. So that's what we're working on today. Following this video, we're going to go outside, show you what we've been busy with outside with Pop-Up Gringo. He's not here right now. As well as I'll throw a little clip in there of Doodle. We took her to a park. We had fun with her. She fell off the swing. You'll see all that. So what I've done is I had another remote. This is the remote that is inside the cornhole board. I tore it apart. I took the charging port, not really the charging port, but the battery connector. It was soldered in right here. We went ahead and pulled that out. Actually, it was soldered in on this side. Show you where that was. That was right in there. That was soldered in there. And then that's where your power would go to your LEDs. So we're just going to reverse the process on this. We're going to make this our charger. I do have a 12 volt supply. Let's see. Here it is. So this is 120 volt in. Output is 12 volt, 400 milliamps. So I had this. Actually, this was wired into it originally. I'm flipping the camera all around. So we're going to utilize this. The first thing we need to do is figure out which side is positive, which side is negative, and we'll go from there. Always good to have drawers full of stuff. We got all kinds of chains, bearings, wheels, you name it, leftover stuff from stuff that we've done. There is a good reason why this is called Redneck Manufacturing, and this is one of the reasons here. So what I did was I cut one little strip of the LEDs. This is the cord that goes to that plug right there. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to determine which is positive and which is negative, because the LEDs are polarity sensitive. So I have to put my positive to this terminal here, and then it doesn't matter what terminal the other wire goes to because it'll just light up red, green, or blue. But if I have it reversed, it will not light up, and that's going to tell me which one of these legs is positive. So at this time, don't touch anything together. We're going to plug this in. That's not a spider web. Those are not bugs, but that is a collection of bottles that I found over the years. All right, so here we go. We're going to aim this down. Hopefully that's in focus there, and here we go. So I'm just going to try it this way first. Bam, hit it on the first try. So this is actually my positive leg. I'm going to mark that with some blue tape. Let me do that real quick. That way I know which side is positive when I go to solder it into that. And we'll just test that again. Oh boy, maybe not. Let's try it this way. That had to be it. There it is. All right, and we move it a little closer. That should be red. I don't want to move it any closer because they could arc. All right, so I'm positive that this is my positive. I'm positive that it's positive. So the next step is we're going to solder this onto there once we determine which way that goes. If this is positive and that's negative, or if that's negative and that's positive. So that's our next step, to figure out if this is positive or this is positive. Here we go. All right, so this is how this is going to happen. I am going to put an alligator clip on the negative, and then I am going to unscrew the alligator clip on the positive. We're going to turn this on to continuity. Switch it over so it makes noise. Oh, no display. Something happened to my display here, but so what I'm doing right now is I'm just touching the two together, and we have continuity. So now we're going to determine which is negative on here. Let me get this thing looking in the right direction. So is it going to be this one? No. It's going to be this one. No. It's going to be this one. Yes. So that must be positive. This must be a positive terminal. And I'm going to flip this alligator clip over to the positive terminal here. And we'll test the other two just to make sure. That is nothing. That is positive. So the front terminal is negative. So we got that figured out. Now we can go over here and solder up our cord to our adapter. All right, guys, so here is that power supply. We've soldered that adapter onto there, and now we're going to plug it in. And we are going to plug this in. Getting too old for this stuff. All right, so now we have that plugged in, we have that plugged in, and to verify our polarity, we should be able to hold this here and touch this here, and it should light up. And it does. So our polarity is correct, 12 volt positive, 12 volt negative, and we'll hook this back up to our battery, screw the battery box back together, and then whenever we want to charge these boards up, all we have to do is plug in this little unit right here, and we should be good to go. I am going to put some shrink tubing over this and probably put something between those two just so it doesn't short out. It can't short out unless one of the terminals break off, but we are definitely going to shrink tube it and make it look a little better. So now we have a charger for our LED cornhole boards. All right, so we got this little project done. I just wanted to make a charger up for the LED cornhole boards. That is done. Let's take a walk out back and we'll show you what we were doing a little bit earlier today as well as earlier this week. And we'll show you a little footage of Doodle at the playground and whatever else we got laying around. This is going to be the next project here. They ate all the shingles up as high as they could, and now they're starting to eat their damn building too. So you build them something nice and they just tear it apart. That's going to be our project here in the near future. They chewed right through the plywood. We'll go back here and I'll show you what we got going on here. So I've been bringing logs home, cutting them into length, and the old log splitter is working like a champ. It's always good to leave your rake lay like that so when your granddaughter comes back, whacka! All right, we took care of that too. So I think she wants to be in the video. All right, guys, so yeah, we've been busy splitting wood. Probably got about 3 cords, maybe 4 cords there. One thing that we're very fortunate to have is with the weather, the season's changing and it getting dark early. We have a pop-up tent in case it rains, and we also have an LED light on a nice 10-foot pole. I take that rebar there and jam it down in the ground and then put that pole on there so we have light at night. It gets dark about 6:30, so we're still able to split some wood even later than that.
All day, all night last night.
I'm done, Papa.
There was
You're done?
a
Yeah,
whole group
we're
of
going outside, Papa.
wait. Kids who, Jesus, how'd that happen?
I got mojo on me.
You got what?
I got mojo.
Get up, stand up for your reverse, 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 reverse.